Okay, so Southwest Sofa's throwing it back to Dungeon Master.
Dungeon Master.
Yeah, and
Yep.
well,
Found it.
you did.
After
Yeah.
the controversial. Yeah, it's definitely here.
Yeah, that's right. So we watched Dragon Slayer last week because we were meant to watch Dungeon Master, and you misspelled it.
Dragon Slayer was like the next one in the thing.
Right.
It?
So it was by purpose. Is that what you're saying?
100%.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Well, I brought Hawk the Slayer in case you couldn't find it again. So, well, it's got a great name. I've never ever heard of this film. I can't believe I've never heard the film Dungeon Master. I mean, just from the get go, what a name!
Yeah, I know.
I would have thought if I saw that in
Surely we would have been all over it. Surely.
Give that to me, mind you. To be fair, you've bought the Spanish version.
Yeah.
So maybe it didn't do well in the UK.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, well,
Not sure.
So let's just say, other than the name, we have neither of us have seen it, right?
Never.
So we have no zero.
Hence my very, very quiet kind of.
Oh, you're
thing there
right.
as well, so.
No gangster intro.
Yeah,
So
for
the bigger the hype, the more you've seen.
Yeah, maybe. Nothing there. Maybe
Right,
more excited I am for something because I know it's going to be good.
I haven't even seen the cover. Have you? Turn this cover over. Let me see.
It's got,
Give me a hint.
Blackie Lawless on it.
Really? Oh,
I don't think it is him, but it looks like him from what?
Oh, so I'm enjoying the title there. He's looking a bit sci-fi, a bit wizardry. All right, well, let's do it. What's it say on there? Can you read Spanish?
No.
El amor del calabrazol or something.
Yeah.
All right, anyway. Okay, well, let's hit it. I'm looking forward to this because I have absolutely zero expectations. I don't have to wipe my brain. Wipe the brain. Don't have any.
Yeah, you'll probably give it a higher score than Time Bandits or something.
I have to look back at my scores and see whether I was harsh on Time Bandits.
You were very harsh.
You know
on
what?
Time Bandits,
I think the Monty Python put me off, and I think because I was so hyped for it, I've kind of crashed down a bit.
You've already done it, mate. You've already done it.
Right.
I'm relatively sure lots of people hate you.
It's possible. Yeah, it's obviously Free For All, one of Free For All's favourite films. So, well, I like a funny film, but I just wasn't expecting a comedy.
You've already said it. You've done it. You've got to live by it.
I've got to live by the swords, die by the swords. Eh?
Yeah, absolutely, man.
4 is apparently a bad score.
4 is a very bad.
It's 4 like the equivalent of 0, is it? And then you go 4 and 5
pretty
upwards.
much 100%, I think, man.
Yeah, man, don't
I'm
tell
pretty
me.
sure you gave the Conan the remix one more than 4.
Oh no!
You
If I gave that more than 4, then there's a steward's inquiry and I have to reevaluate.
Wow, your whole life.
Wow, that's strong. Okay, well I didn't think we had much to say, but we're going to get a few things out of our system here.
Yeah.
Right, fair enough. Actually, just so I get stuff out to say, I was thinking about Dragon Slayer. That's what we watched last time. Yeah.
Yep.
The one thing I found a bit weird about Dragon Slayer that I think why maybe it hasn't been like a film that's really well known or taken off. I thought maybe the ending was a bit of an anticlimax in the sense that the hero didn't really fight the dragon. He kind of like I know he smashed the thing at the end, so it wasn't like a big heroic event.
I mean,
where
he did do it initially, but then got beaten up, didn't he? And kind of had to run away. And then was going to run away. So yeah, maybe it's
it felt like a little bit like he just tacked on the end, and like the wizard that hadn't been in it the whole time did the glory move.
Yeah.
So I was trying to figure out why somehow I didn't feel like I had a climactic win at the end. You know, he rode off with the girl on the horse and all that, but there was no. Why didn't I get a big kind of thing out of it?
I mean, I guess, no, you're right, and I think probably the other thing that made it less kind of massive and stuff there is it wasn't a herd of Clydesdales at the end. It was just that single horse and stuff there, so that's always going to.
Okay, well I need chugged my coat there, fella. I'm going to ignore it. I'm ignoring the Clydesdales. Right here. I hope there's a bloody herd of Clydesdales in this. I'm going to watch
I
that.
don't even know what they are. No one's going to know. There could be anything.
Jeez, man, right. Right, we have 4 minutes on this bit where we talk about the film before the film, but we haven't even watched it. No one's going to play this.
No.
No one's going to listen to it. More to the point. Right, if you're listening to this, well,
thank you.
Probably Joe Richter, and that's it, man. Right, okay, let's hold it there. Okay, pausing it. Well, that was Dungeon Master.
Dungeon Master or Rage War.
Or Rage Wars. Well, that's a very good point because you did Google that. It seems that thank you for getting the copy because it was.
Oh no, it's my absolute pleasure. I'm glad I got one.
You got the Spanish You got a Spanish version, Spanish on the front, but it's all in English. Every so often subtitles in in Spanish, but not all the way through, just randomly. And it seems to be the.
I've got to say, I think maybe the subtitles just went, no one's going to watch this.
No one's going to complain. In fact, they're more likely to complain if I actually do the subtitles. It'll actually seem like something's going on. But yeah, he just gave up.
Oh, dear.
In fact, he didn't give up. He just started like halfway through when Wasp was singing, and then he petered out quickly.
Black and all that, who would have thought?
You know, it's the budget because we at the end we saw there it's actually like a collective work, isn't it? They got the same actors, but there was like 7 different directors written by different people. So maybe only one person bothered to translate it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
or maybe he was just a real big Blackie fan. Like, properly into Wasp. I'm doing this, man. I'm doing it for free.
That's true. Maybe this was a whole ruse.
Can I just get to see him?
Just get him in. Yeah. I'm doing this great film. Yeah. You can have you're in it, and like So the whole film's in just so he could like have a private band. But one thing we did find out is that we did have like the sort of contraband issue, right?
Yeah.
So we were looking it up. Well, you were anyway, and you realised it was like the one that got PG in the US and one that was like banned because first of all it had like full frontal nudity.
Got us excited. We thought the film was going to be really good.
Yeah, we and then like some weird cat torturing bit.
Yeah.
At the end, they really went for it. I mean, to be fair, like we on the bingo card we've got animal torture and blacking up animals. Well, not animal torture. No.
Animal cruelty.
Animal cruelty. Yeah. So it was kind of
slash acting.
Acting. Yeah. So it was it had a bit of that just by like this weird story, didn't they?
Yeah. It was a weird story as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. That was weird. Yeah, had some dwarves.
Stop animation.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, I enjoyed that bit.
And things come to life. I don't remember any novelty weapons. So I guess the guy from Wasp on his.
That was what he was known for, though, wasn't it?
I guess, fair enough. But
the laser coming from the thing, maybe. From
So okay. So, what do we think? Was she the one at the beginning, the dream girl? Yeah. Right. So, I don't know. It was an interesting film, wasn't it? And I can see why it's not very well known.
I think that. Yeah. I guess
I really thought there was going to be a plot twist where like Cal was like the mastermind behind the
because he was upset that the girl was taking
him over or something. But I think its saving grace for me was that it actually was directed by 7 different people or whatever, and therefore makes more sense now why it just doesn't make any sense.
It's dislocated, yeah.
And I have to say, like nearly all the solutions to it was like at the end of the scene you'd go, Hal, shoot some lasers or something.
Just shoot lasers, man.
But actually, that is very interesting in this film because he basically does have an AI. He has an iWatch.
But back in the day as well. So
and it's
84,
got like
84.
It's not BC, is it?
No,
it's not before Conan. But
AD.
Is it AD? And it's probably in between. But like he had like Google glasses, all that kind of stuff. So in a way, it's
changing the lights when he was going for his run.
Yeah,
and you could just jog. I mean, most joggers just stop and jog on the spot, don't they?
Yeah.
Because we all laugh at them when they're doing that, to be honest. They kind of always...
Do you?
Yeah. Do you remember that time we went running?
You give them flash on the V's or something like that, do you?
I'm pretty sure you can stop running for about 20 seconds.
Yeah, seize up, man. Seize up.
Anyways. So like some interesting concepts probably before the time and stuff there.
Yeah, it's very
odd things and
very forward thinking because it probably like people are probably thinking, well, yeah, you're never going to get a watch to do that or whatnot. And it was voice recognition. It was like, Hal, shoot the lasers or whatever. Yeah. So that was
a little bit continuity errors.
Continuity, yeah. The dwarves
nicked it.
The dwarves stole his arm piece, didn't they? And then every scene would have either 2 or 1 on, depending if they remembered. But I think I like actually the idea of it was quite cool. But I think nearly all the plot things were just some like crappy bit where he used his like armband to solve the problem.
Yeah.
So I did, and it wasn't
a dream sequence at the beginning. I
Yeah.
don't even get that. I think that's really weird.
Was that just the devil messing with him?
Who knows, man? But just odd.
That
then
was odd. Didn't
they
we tie
went from
in?
having that girl in the dream sequence to having a different girl. I don't know.
Well, different directors, probably. Maybe the first director. One was into Wasp, but one was into that, whatever her name, Calabrese or whatever her name it was. Just the excuse to do it.
Yeah.
And someone just wanted to drive cars really quickly.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think the ideas could have been quite interesting, and this grand idea of a collaborative direction and writing, but it just, to me, it didn't really work. You knew he was going to get out of it.
Lasers. That's all he did.
Yeah.
Literally, I think, wasn't it? So
And giving the back chat to the devil, it seemed a bit like
he could have just gone,
yeah. Why did the devil not just smash him? So, I mean, I'm glad I watched it, but
I think glad I watched it. If nothing else, to kind of get closer to completing the kind of the films that's been put on this.
Yeah, this is the only one I've missed so far,
which is interesting. And I think as well, just for these things as well, just the films that neither of us know anything about and stuff there, or even aware of.
Yeah.
Stuff there,
and I think this thing would be a bit boring if there were no bad films in the mix, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, in terms of watching it again,
maybe only the first couple of minutes.
Right, the old video, wear it out. If this was 98, probably not many of these copies survived the first 10 minutes. That's the problem. It got worn out. I don't know. I'd be willing to watch it again in about 10 years or so. Just kind of a bit of a laugh in the background.
I think it would be one to go back to and kind of go, oh my god, this is so bad.
Yeah,
because it is pretty bad.
It is bad.
I don't think there's some of the acting's okay.
It's alright.
Some of it's a bit overhand. The Seamer or whatever his name is.
Yes. He really goes for it.
Yeah.
And she always seems to be the damsel, which is
There's some of that though. I was thinking.
At the end, he was a bit better.
Very, very kind of for the pictures for that Boris Vallejo does with the kind of the damsel which I thought was quite cool. That was quite definitely.
So I was also thinking about we did dragon parts, and I realised why it doesn't work. You need to have a whole dragon. You see, you have whole swords. So if you have a dragon, it's got to be 4.5 dragons, or or a whole dragon. I've got a dragon up to its shoulders. So, I don't know. Dragon swords didn't work. Right. I don't know whether you just go for swords or you want to keep going with dragons.
I'll go whichever way we're going.
Right.
Fine.
Okay. What did he have in this film? He had a laser gun. No, how many lasers?
You can't really do lasers.
No, you can't do. Probably not. Okay, let's go. Let's go for whole dragons this time.
Yep.
Okay, so you can have 4.5 dragons or whatever. Well, it's pretty easy.
4.5 seems optimistic. It's gonna be 7.
It is true. I think we can go whole dragons.
Give it more than Time Bandits, man. I'm gonna be so upset.
I'm not giving it more than Time Bandits. Gosh. You know what? I think just for the sort of sheer kind of crazy romp kind of thing, I'm going to give it 3 dragons.
3. Okay, yeah. 3.
I think and I think maybe what's tipped it over for me from being about that is, and maybe even give it a teensy bit more, is the different directors, because that made me think that was an interesting idea.
But almost you could almost kind of argue that would just be almost like a short story series. It maybe even trying to copy. Please, you have to excuse my ignorance and stuff there. The Twilight Zone with the different bits and pieces that they were doing there. Is that kind of that kind of vibe that they had going on?
Yeah, it's a bit like that. You're right. In fact, someone had to stitch this together. They did almost a good job in stitching it together.
Yeah. I think for me, I'm going to give it a thoroughly undeserved 2.5.
Ooh, 2.5.
Yeah, I think there's just some stuff, everything is. We've got bits going on here on the thing there. Just all of the sets, or a lot of the sets, were just really, really small.
Yeah.
And quite cramped and stuff there. And you could have made them a bit bigger. And then the fight scenes, just hit him with his shoulder and he falls over.
Yeah.
And just bits
it felt don't swing too hard, or you're gonna.
Yeah.
And the way the rock thing rocked.
Yeah, that was comedically funny.
Yeah. So I think for me the big ideas worked, and I think the fourth, what is it? The Tesla truck as well in the last scene.
Yeah. And again, another dwarf. The dwarf getting beaten up, or not beaten up, but kind of just
bonked on the head.
Abused was quite amusing. But
So you're going 2.5. So our
Yeah,
average here is like
yeah.
2.75.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's it. That seems fair. So
I think, as we say, I think it had potential to have a good concept stuff there, but
didn't execute really.
no, not really.
It felt very stiff.
Yeah.
And his hair never like got out of place. I don't know. And I wanted a twist. I wanted Howell to like or whatever Cowl. Howell and Cowl. Howell and
No, I
Cowl.
think that's definitely it's definitely a thing, isn't it?
To maybe the baddie. That would have been
Yeah.
fun, right?
It seemed that way because there was the glasses at the beginning were like looking down at them in the
Yeah,
bedroom
that's
and
true.
stuff,
That's
wasn't
true.
it? So I kind of,
Okay.
yeah. And
So-
then with the flames in the glasses.
Yeah, that's true. So last week I wasn't. I don't think I was at my best form with the Ben Holder. This is why you rejected it. So I'm gonna have another dib.
Right, man. This is why I'm only known as Co.
Go.
It's company.
Fair enough. But so yeah. So I thought I had a bit of harder think this time. So I was thinking a bit more, and I thought, well, and you know, because you're a bit of a Warhammer guy, right?
Yeah.
So I was thinking, you ready? Caleb Dork.
Dog, nice, man. I do actually quite like that, man. That's quite
Caleb
cool.
Dork.
Caleb Dork.
There's actually an interesting story about Caleb Dark, why that cartoon never got finished.
Yeah, no.
Oh, you've googled it, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit of a scandal.
Yeah.
It was the artist from Judge Dredd, and there was some like copyright, and everyone like either no one knew who owned it, or the guy who owned it wouldn't give it up. But such a shame, 'cause that was such an excellent cartoon.
Good.
Yeah.
First introduction of Skaven properly.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, you know what?
so
Maybe if they finished the story, it wouldn't have lived up to it. I think it would have done.
It was definitely living up to it.
What was the name of what was the name of that Chaos God or the what?
Malal.
Malal. Yeah. That's so cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think Malal beats this hands down. But I'm glad we did it, and I don't know if we're gonna have to send this to Jason to tack it on the end of his, or whether free for all.
Well, actually, then I'll have to go back and because I've deliberately not listened to.
Yeah,
that
me
one
too, because I knew we had it.
So yeah, I'm kind of the ones that I've missed out on by getting to the party a bit late. I'm kind of trying to work my way through. And
yeah, well, I could have a throwback because I want to watch what's the Hawk the Slayer again, and I'm happy to watch the other ones, so we could catch up. All right, I'm gonna wrap it up there. So that was, I think, worth watching, but just yeah, we're never gonna get this. You know, if I'd watched this by myself, I would have been disappointed. well, 10 minutes at the beginning. Yeah. Other than that, I think it would have been.
It's a difficult watch, I think, by yourself. I think just two mates just taking the rip out of it and just it's quite amusing. So
yeah. All right then, I'm going to call it there. Right, that was Dungeon Master, also known as Rage War, which might have been a better name. Dungeon Master. I think that might have been on the D&D bandwagon.
You thought you spotted a D&D book on the table at the beginning and stuff there.
The Dragon, maybe Holmes or something. I can't remember which edition has like one of the pre AD&D. I thought it might have been on the table, but could be wrong because it was a bit. We could try find out. Right, I'm going to call it there. Cheers. Right, until next time.
Yeah.
See what the.
Cheers.
Yep.